I am Satyamageshni from Hosur Lake City. Thadam Paditha Jaycees என்ற தலைப்பில் இன்று நாம் காண இருக்கும் நபர் இல்லை, ஜோடி. Dr Manohar David and Dr Vatsala David from Coimbatore. Outstanding Jaycees of Indian Jaycees and Outstanding Jaycees of Indian Jaycees award வாங்கிய ஜோடி இவர்கள். 1983 கோயம்புத்தூர் ஜேசிஸ் சார்பில் அடைந்த பெருமையை இன்றும் அவர்கள் மகள் அமெரிக்காவில் இருந்து நினைவு கூர்ந்து பேசினார். In the rarest of rare case, Dr. Manohar David is one person who owned the TOYP, 10 Outstanding Young Person of India from Indian Jaycees at national level and also Outstanding Jaycee individual category award from Indian Jaycees in the subsequent period. That is one non-Jaycees award and a Jaycee members award in the same category. The result of constituencies in social service across decades. Dr. David சமீபத்தில் இவ்வுலகை விட்டு செல்ல நேர்ந்தது. ஜேசி உணர்வு மிகுந்த அவரது மனைவியும் அம்மகளும் தங்களது நினைவுகளை நம்மிடம் பகிர்ந்து கொண்டார்கள். Dr. Manohar David has authored a manual for Indian Jaycees in the year 1983. Assertiveness as a subject was introduced by him. Dr. Rohini David was the convener of Tamil Nadu State Jayceelet wing in 1988. The entire family was devoted to Jaycees concert. Being an eye surgeon, Dr. David conducted more than 100 eye camps during 1983 on behalf of Coimbatore Jaycee and owned appreciations from every corner of Tamil Nadu. A mentor to many Jaycee of the period including Jaycee Senator, past National Vice President S.S. Venkateshans and Jaycee Jayanti Venkateshan of Coimbatore Jaycees. A very successful Rotarian of Coimbatore, a man who filled the room with joy and laughter and occupied the center stage always. This channel is proud to present Ms. Rohini Devi, a resident of USA and a social work for more than 28 years in USA to the viewers. Thank you.
If you took Dad's life within the parameters of Jaycees, I think you could say that what he was and what he did was very much shaped by what Jaycees taught him. I remember the Jaycees creed, right? The faith in God, in the brotherhood of men that transcends the sovereignty of nations. Both of these tenets was something that he upheld in his entire life. And I think it was definitely, strengthened by his, his commitment in what he learned within the Jaycees organization. His track record within Coimbatore Jaycees is quite something. And while I knew that he was very active and, he even won the National Award for Outstanding Jaycees, along with Mom, who won the Best Award for Outstanding Jaycee Ret that year. His tenure was outstanding in terms of community service, in terms of the way that he dealt with people, in terms of his complete faith in the idealistic principles of human being first, everything else later. It was really astounding how much Jaycees shaped him. he was a trainer par excellence. I've sat through so many of his sessions, and I think a lot of his training that he did even later on in his life, and the fact that he was such a great orator and a speaker and everything, a lot of the credit I would assume go to Jaycees for shaping him to be who he was, and for him to really embrace everything that was on offer. He was an astounding, trainer in assertiveness, something that was a new concept in the 80s, because in our culture, we never say no. It is actually rude to kind of say no. And Dad taught countless people how to, say no nicely and to really create this awareness that being assertive wasn't something wrong, but it's really something that you just needed to do. And he would even talk about assertiveness versus aggressiveness. And, growing up around him, we learned all of these small little details that helped us in our life as well. Time management was another one that he taught, public speaking, goal setting, just a lot of things that were very relevant to life and life skills. In terms of service and community service, and I think this is where it was astounding. As a surgeon, he could really impact the community. And he teamed up with his hospital. They teamed up with Jaycees, I know that for a fact, and they conducted several hundreds of eye camps, just for free. And, doing everything from just, checking rural areas in the villages, and they would bring back people to the hospital when surgery was required. Community service in terms of adopting villages, adopting schools, just a whole ton of work went into that whole aspect. So if you looked at Dad and Jaycees, one can say that his life was lived all the way till the end on a lot of the tenets that the Jaycees stood for. A lot of the tenets of the creed, definitely was something that you could see in his life. When Daddy passed away is when I went through the scrapbooks that were created for whenever they, applied for the award at the national level, and I was truly astounded by the amount of work and the charge, the amount of positive charge that these things had. So definitely a pillar in the community, definitely a pillar in Jaycees. So I would love for everyone to hear about him. And thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak about his work within Jaycees.